What's up, everybody? My name is Dalia, your empowerment coach, here to remind you that you are a powerful creator and to give you the tools and knowledge you need to become the architects of your realities. Up until this point, we've been talking a lot about how the subconscious mind works, how our subconscious programs taint our perception of reality. Now, in this video, we're going to begin talking about thoughts. Negative thoughts, to be exact. And in these upcoming few videos, we're going to be taking on a very cognitive behavioral therapy perspective on how thoughts are formed, how they impact how we feel and behave, and how we can begin to rewire our brain and become more empowered. Now, I'm sure you are familiar with negative thinking. We've all had or experienced negative thoughts. But are you familiar with Dr. Masaru Emoto? I'm sure I butchered the name, who is known for his famous experiment into the magic of positive thinking. It's in that documentary, What the Beep Do We Know? Check it out. It's really cool. But Dr. Masaru Emoto, he was a Japanese researcher, and he was setting out to explore the idea that human thoughts and interaction could really influence and shape physical reality. So he conducted an experiment where he observed the impact of words and prayer and music and intention on environmental factors, or more specifically, on the crystalline structure of water. So to conduct his experiments, he hired photographers to take pictures of the water samples after exposing them to various stimuli, such as spoken or written words, positive, negative intentions, and other environmental conditions. He then froze the water samples so that they can form the crystalline structures, and he observed the resulting patterns under a microscope. Dr. Emoto claimed that positive words, positive intentions, and positive emotions produce these beautifully symmetrical and harmonious crystalline structures in the water, while negative words and negative emotions and negative intentions created these irregular and dissonant patterns. So he believed that this demonstrated how human consciousness and energy could influence the physical properties of water. Now, when you consider the fact that human beings are comprised of 60% water, his findings are not to be taken lightly. It also poses the all-important question of, can we afford to think negative thoughts? More importantly, can we afford not to be aware of what negative thoughts could be lurking in our subconscious mind? So let me preface this by saying I am not about that toxic positivity life. I believe negative thoughts are a normal part of the human condition. But believing in those thoughts or letting them run your life, now that's a totally different story. And that's what we're going to learn how to avoid. So here's the thing. Your beautiful brain and your subconscious mind specifically is actually skewed towards the negative. This is a phenomenon that is called the negativity bias, and it's a built-in evolutionary mechanism that has helped us survive and evolve. Now, back in the day, the only way to stay alive was to pay attention to the dangers in your environment, things like predators, poison, and all the other things out to get you. So we had to be super conscious of the negative. It was our coping mechanism, and it played a really important role in helping us survive. Now, the dangers of the past are no longer a reality today, but the negativity bias is still very much alive and well. So let me introduce you to another concept. So we have the negativity bias on one hand, which is, again, your subconscious brain skewed towards the negative because that is how it evolved to keep you alive. Now, on the other hand, we have something called a automatic negative thought, or ANTs. Now, in cognitive behavioral therapy, ANTs are these cognitive distortions that are very habitual, rapid, and involuntary patterns of thinking that also skew your perception of reality. Now, these thoughts are characterized by their negative and irrational, keyword here, nature. So picture this, picture your mind as a stage where each thought has a role to play. Automatic negative thoughts or ants are the ones that rush onto the stage, often uninvited, delivering messages of like, I'm worthless or I'm going to fail. These thoughts then steal the spotlight and steal the show. Now, ants are lightning fast. So they can sneak in during everyday scenario situations triggered by anything from a minor setback to a simple comment. And here's the kicker. They often feel true even though they are not. It's like our brain has this tendency to believe these thoughts without questioning them. But something that has truly changed my life is learning that you don't have to believe everything you think. And there is so much empowerment in being able to choose what to believe in. So the more we entertain these ants, the more they become like VIP guests, hogging the spotlight and pushing positive thoughts backstage. It's like having a really annoying song stuck in your brain. That's the same as when ants kind of take over and you begin ruminating on them. And it may all be happening subconsciously, which means by definition, you're not even aware of it. But why does this happen at all? Well, your brain loves patterns. And so it's wired to keep us safe by spotting potential dangers. So it may often overreact to negative thoughts as if they are threats to our well-being right now. So these thoughts can then send signals through neural pathways, more on that later, which strengthen these neural pathways that these thoughts travel on. And the more we ruminate on them, the stronger those neural pathways become. So I'm going to leave you with the following silver lining. Just as we can train our bodies, we can train our brains. By challenging automatic negative thoughts, we can create new neural pathways that lead to healthier and more realistic thinking. See, it's not just about being a positive thinker, it's about being a more realistic one. Now, remember, understanding the brain's tendencies for automatic negative thoughts and the fact that your subconscious is just wired towards the negative is the first step to becoming the director of your mental theater. So rewriting those scripts, rewiring those pathways, and letting more rational thoughts take center stage is where our work is going to lie. And the next video, I'm going to talk to you about neural pathways, what they are, how they form, how we can begin to rewire them. And then we're going to take more looks into how thoughts create emotions and how we can begin cognitively restructuring these beautiful things. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you found this brainy adventure as stimulating as I do. I love all things to do with the brain. The more I learn about the brain and how it works, the more awestruck I am. So if you want more content like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. Until next time, keep shining bright and rewiring those thoughts. You can do it. You're empowered. I'll see you next time.